Paganini was, I think, a person, a virtuoso of the 19th century, who revolutionized violin playing. And then in this piece, you'll see a lot of, you'll hear a lot of the new techniques that he employs with the violin. And apparently these were things that were tailored to his violin playing. Again, he wrote these pieces as a vehicle for himself. It's a piece that's been, I think, sort of unjustly neglected for one reason or another. I guess there are a couple of reasons. One is that it's extremely difficult violinistically, and two, it gets the bad rap that it's not great music because the polyphony of the writing is not so complicated. But one has to remember that Paganini wrote these pieces as a vehicle to show off his virtuosity, and he wrote it in a style of the time, the Italian opera style of the time, Rossini, Paisiello. I think it's, to be very honest, it's not a piece particularly for older people. To put it bluntly, I mean, it's as your body age, certain things are not as easy as they were when you were younger and more limber. And so physically, the part of preparing for the performance of this piece is that the process takes slightly longer, and because of the long period of time since I last played it, one has to regain a certain muscle memory. But the other side to the coin is that, when you know a piece well as a child, when you learn as a young person, hopefully what happens to you is that you have a period of musical growth, and you come to see things and understand it in a slightly different way than you would when you were a hot-blooded teenager, say. And I think the experience of having worked here in Chicago with some of the greatest musicians in the world, my colleagues certainly, and Maestro Muti, gives me many different ideas, that I can sort of explore now. Whereas when I was younger, it was more limited in scope to the gymnastic aspect of playing a piece like this. I'm really looking forward to playing this piece again. It's been about 12 years for me personally, and interesting thing is that I was looking it up in the library, in the archives. This piece hasn't been played in its entirety on a subscription since the 80s, which is a pity. I think it's a piece that people should know and enjoy, and it's has the virtuoso violin writing, which is just out of this world, but it also has the flip side to it, which is this singing quality, the Italian operatic aria element to it, and some of it is really quite dramatic.